Today, I would like to talk about the bike paths that the city of Huntsville has created for our enjoyment. Actually, I'm going to focus on what's called the Tennessee River Greenway. At Ditto Landing, as you can see here, where the old bridge goes across the water, that's the pathway that takes you onto the Tennessee River Greenway. You go across the bridge and you turn to the left, and that will take you under the large Whitesburg Bridge and along the river before it turns north and goes up to the extension of Green Cove Road. And I'll show you what that looks like as we go along here. So city of Huntsville has created bike paths basically all over Huntsville. There's lots of different bike paths, interesting paths. I'm not going to try to describe all of those or show all of those to you today, but they are out there and I've ridden many of them. This one here in particular leaves from Ditto Landing, goes along the river. As you can see, it's basically a gravel road, actually large enough to drive a car, but they have it blocked off where you can ride bicycles or walk or whatever. It's a nice ride under some trees, so it's not too hot when the sun's out. It does parallel these lakes on the right, which I'm sure have alligators in them. So I wouldn't venture too far off the path. And who knows, you might actually see one crossing the road. But as you can see, it's a fairly wide path. Two people can ride side by side down the road. So just enjoy the scenery for a few moments. We'll get back to some narration here. So in the top of the picture, you can actually see what's called Russell Tower, which is a 300-foot tower out on the arsenal. And you can see Madkin Mountain. Eventually you get to the Redstone Arsenal boundary, and that's where the road turns north, or the bike path turns north. That's located right here. So we're right at the edge of Redstone Arsenal. And now we're going to turn and go north. And this part of the bike path is actually, parts of it are actually paved. There's a concrete bridge we'll come up on right there. And then the road is actually paved for a ways. Now this road goes up, or this bike path goes up until it runs into the Green Cove Road west of Memorial Parkway. I didn't get all that, but here's what Green Cove Road looks like now. And they're now putting in an extended bike path that goes north from there. This is Green Cove Road, the west end of Green Cove Road. There's actually some connections from the neighborhoods going into this, but they are putting in gravel to start with, and as you'll see in a little bit, actually starting to pave it. And so this bike path also parallels the border of the arsenal. And it's in good shape. I've ridden most of this bike path, and on a Sunday when they're not working, and I eventually got to some mud holes and such that I couldn't get past, and so I actually cut across where Farley Church is located and went back out to the road. But the reason this piece of bike path is so important is it connects the path down by the river that's been there for a while. It connects that path to the bike path around Hayes Farm, not to be confused with Hayes Nature Park or Trail or whatever over on the other side of the mountain. You can see this is a very nice bike path. None of this stuff is shown on any of the Huntsville City maps of their bike paths. This is all new. Even the one down by the river is not shown. And here's an entrance coming in from the neighborhood off to the side there. And this is right down the edge of the arsenal. You can see all the subdivisions. I think the road on the other side of the subdivision is Bell Mountain, if I remember correctly. And just to the right, probably not going to see it, is the Farley Church. This is where the road ended just a couple of weeks ago when I was down there riding, and it stopped right about here. And I turned to the right. You can see there's another entrance road there being built. And they are actively working on this. I think they probably had some kind of deadline of maybe this spring opening it up for bike traffic. But once this is built, I live over near Green Mountain Road and Bailey Cove, and I can hit the Aldridge Creek Greenway and go to Ditto Landing and then go across the Tennessee River Greenway and then come up this bike path here, and you can see the intersection up ahead. That is, I think it's Redstone Road. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it's the road that comes by Walmart South Parkway. That road goes to Walmart South Parkway to the right. But anyway, you can see that intersection, and that's where it connects to the other bike path. And I'll show you that here in a moment. We'll transition to another shot. I had to move locations. I was a long way from where I was parked. And you can see they're paving the road right there, or the Greenway again. And it's all getting very close to completion. I'd say within 2 or 3 weeks, this bike path should be open. They're making rapid progress. As I can see in the last 2 weeks, they've completed a big section. But anyway, once you get here, then you have to cross this road. I'm not sure how they're going to do that yet, but then the bike path picks up right there on the right side of the roadway and goes into Hayes Farm. And once you do that, this roadway, this will take you all the way to Memorial Parkway at Weatherly Road. And Weatherly Road has got a widened sidewalk on one side, which is a bike path that'll take you all the way back to Bailey Cove, and you can go just a block or so on the sidewalk and hit the Aldridge Creek Greenway and get back to where you started. So you can make a big loop, and I've done that several times, except for I had to detour around this new section. But what you're seeing here is the Hayes Farm bike paths, and they're kind of winding back and forth, and they go around a lot of the lakes there you can see on the right, but also over on the left there's new bike paths that are over there that go around all those lakes. So there's lots and lots of riding paths in that Hayes Farm subdivision area. And of course, there's a lot of this that's basically lakes and swampland that they can't really build on. So there will always be these bike paths going through the woods and what have you. So I hope you enjoyed this. I can do some more of it at some point. There's lots of other bike trails around. I've ridden several of them, and maybe we'll do some of those sometime as well. Give a comment and let me know. Please like and subscribe, and we'll do this again. Thank you very much.